Hello and welcome to the Glass Gallery. This is the very first art exhibit that was put up by Holly Bunkowski, and it's a beautiful show. It's called 12 Voices, and it's you'll see it. It's really a very good, very interesting show, and we're happy to have it here. This artist is Marcia Hershey, and this is her beautiful watercolor that I really love.
Thank you.
What did you do?
This is called a wax batik on watercolor, but it's on rice paper.
Oh, it is on rice paper.
It is on rice paper, and you draw it up, and then you paint it separately, and the paint bleeds a little bit, so it's not a precise, detailed painting. It's mounted on foam board. It does not have a mat, which is a little different. For most watercolors have mats.
Right. So, do you always work with rice paper?
My very first time.
Really? Mm-hmm. And your other work?
On the other side, I have poinciana tree.
Right.
And that's from my yard. I usually work from whatever I have at home, except for the lobster hole, and that's one that my son took the picture of. And then I have coconuts that are in my front yard.
So you work with what's at hand?
Exactly. Whatever I see, I paint.
Good for you. Just keep doing what you're doing, because it's beautiful work.
Thank you, Elaine. I appreciate you having me here.
Oh, my pleasure.
All right, thank you.
This artist is Lois Perdue, and what she does is really a very interesting process. So I'm going to let her tell you, because I can't.
I paint abstracts, and I mainly use Yupo paper. It's plastic paper, Japanese. It originated there, and it is not absorbent like watercolor paper, and the paint stays on the surface. And I apply a first texture of watercolors, and then I spray it with a fixative, and I keep that layer, and then I start applying layer after layer and spraying in between, so that I build up the memories underneath and I scratch through it. And I could apply anywhere between 10 to 30 layers until I get a design that I have fallen in love with.
And it makes for very interesting work.
Thank you. I enjoy doing it. I love doing it.
That's great. It shows that you enjoy doing it.
Thank you.
Thank you. Teresa Kirk is the artist for the scorpions?
Right.
Tell me what the scorpions mean to you.
The scorpions was, you've heard the story about our nature, and there's a story about the frog that wants to, or the scorpion wants to go across the river, and he asks the frog to give him a ride across, and he's like, well, I'm not going to do that because you'll sting me and we'll die. And he goes, why would I do that? You know, because if I sting you, then we'll both die. So they go across, and he gets halfway across, and he stings him, and he looks at him, he says, so why are you doing that? And he says, because it's my nature. So I've just played with this in my nature idea, because scorpions, if you look up the stars, you know, like for your astrological sign, they can be very loyal. So they represent a darkness, and they also represent a loyalty and, you know, a good side. And then even with, I don't know, yes, I do have a blue scorpion here, is if you were a bug in the forest you would be drawn to the scorpion because they become this beautiful blue color is how they see them. So they don't see them as danger. So, you know, they've got a two-side thing to them that we both have, that all of us have. So
I was going to ask if you have it as well.
Oh yeah, I can be very nice or I can be very mean, you know. So, but yeah, I mean, it's just playing with those ideas. And,
So that's the whole series.
yeah, I have a series of that. You know, I have several series that I'm working on, and that just is my scorpion one. And there's a lot of different ones. I have a ton more at home because I just keep popping up with more ideas. So.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
You got a fertile mind.
Sometimes strange, but but that's my nature.
That's why. This artist is Nancy Neidick, and she does mainly abstracts, right?
Mixed media.
And
abstract.
mixed media. Because, I mean, that one has a button on it, but what is it that makes it mixed media?
Well, there's figures in here too. There is a picture of myself and my sister in front of the White House from a long time ago. And my sister has passed away, unfortunately. And this is a little sweetheart pin I had from her. And so I mixed and combined different things. Underneath all of the paintings, there are words. You can't read them, but there are stories and tales in here that are special to me. And they're under all of my paintings in this series,
Really?
which is the Lost Dress series. So in here you can see the writing, but
Yes.
you can't read it. There's writing in here. You can't read it because I've obscured it.
You don't want anyone to
I
read
don't want anybody to read it. It's about
it. It just
personal.
means to you.
To me, it means things, and most of the paintings in this series are about childhood. It all ties in, and that's what the stories are all about.
And that's what gives you the desire to keep painting it again and again.
Yeah, and they
because
have different
you're
theories.
speaking
I am
from your heart,
exactly.
and they're beautiful.
Well, thank you.
I don't miss not being able to read,
Good.
You know.
I'm glad to hear that.
but I do understand what's going on in the paintings, so I don't need the words.
Good. Thank you.
Thank you.
That's quite a compliment. Thank you.
This wonderful painter is Carol Thaw, who painted all of these lovely ballerinas and other work, of course. But I love your ballerinas.
Thank you.
I think they're
Thank
beautiful.
You. Thank you.
You capture not only the beauty of the person, but the way they move. Even though they're not moving, it's not a
You
movie.
feel that,
But
okay.
you feel the movement.
You feel that, right?
Yeah.
Thank you. Yes.
And that's wonderful. And all of your work is watercolor.
Watercolor. No, I have pastels. Some of it, but nothing here in pastels. Watercolor.
Everything here is
painting.
watercolor.
Everything's watercolor here. Yes.
Beautiful, beautiful work.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
This is Holly Bunkowski, who put together this art exhibit, and will be doing art exhibits at the Glass Gallery and at Studio 18 from this point forward. So what was it like to hang this particular art show? Because this is a different venue.
Right, and this show,
It's all women?
it's all women that create these amazing pieces, and when you see the show, you'll absolutely enjoy it. They were wonderful women. To
And they
work with.
helped you.
They helped me, and it was great.
For OCTV, I'm Elaine Kugelman, and thank you for joining me today at the art exhibit called 12 Voices at the Glass Gallery.